doing, and you just stop this shit right now.
What did I do?
I know about your second team speak. I know about all those guys in their Flowers or Murph and they're minging on the server. I'm not fucking stupid. So don't play with me being stupid. Really, really. So you don't want to tell us that they're doing it.
I knew Flowers was doing it, and I told them to stop.
Okay, and you also knew Murph was doing it?
No, I had no idea Murph was doing it.
Okay, so how come you can't tell these guys to stop?
I tried to.
Tried to?
I figured it out that Flowers was doing it. Yeah, when Flowers was doing it and I saw him get banned, I unmuted on that server. I'm like, Flowers, what the fuck are you doing? And
well, they're all saying they're doing it in your name.
Yeah, that's what I was told. He ear raped using the fucking voice amp, so I had muted my game sound through my volume control, and I was all tapped out. I was actually on Facebook.
Okay, what does your team speak about, by the way?
Long story short, it's my development community.
For your server hosting company or whatever it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
So let me get this straight. Flowers, who's your server owner, right, comes on the server, minges, but no penalty to him, I'm guessing, right?
He's only server owner because of fucking vanity. He can't actually do shit with it.
Regardless of that at all, the point still stands is how come you didn't come tell any of us that they were doing this?
I was telling Axe, and at that point I didn't know who else besides Flowers was involved because when he had messaged me asking for names, at that point all I knew was Flowers because that's who had gotten banned already.
Well, here's the thing. Why did you go and tell the people who are going to be becoming head admins?
What was that? Oh, excuse me. What was that? I'm sorry?
Why would you go to the people who are becoming head admins and tell them who it is?
Well, I mean, yeah, that was kind of sort of wrong of me.
Oh, really? And why would you say to them on the channel, and I quote verbatim, "Oh, trust me, I could do a lot worse to the server." You better tell me what that means, Dom. Because they all said that you said that.
Well, just like any server, there are flaws.
Okay, so tell me, what are you going to do to the server, Dom? Don't fucking play with me. Don't fucking play with me, dude. You don't want to fuck with me. Really? So why would you make those threats?
I never made any threats. If I did, they would have been directly to you.
Directly to me? You can't even say it to my face. Let me tell you something, dude. When you say that shit and you want to go out of your way to cause mishap and mayhem, you don't want to fuck with me on that. By you going out of your way saying, "Oh, I'm not obligated because I'm not staff anymore. Oh, and by the way, I could do a lot worse to the server." That's a threat. That's a threat. Regardless of what you may think it is, that's stupid. So when I see all of your guys in here doing whatever the fuck they're doing, coming to the server, minging on it, and you didn't do anything to report it or say anything about it, and just kept your mouth shut, and they're all in there, your team speaking, you're all with them, and say, "Oh, that's fine, you mentioned the server, nothing I could do about it," and you just go in there and say, "By the way, I could do a lot worse to the server," you better tell me what that means.
Like I just said, I could, and
And how could you? How could you? Tell me how you could do it.
It's not hard.
Well, tell me how.
Server. You have exploits.
Okay, then what exploits is there?
That's for your development.
What do you mean it's for my development? What does that mean? Then you tell me what you think that is. What is the exploits? Since you seem to know them, please tell me. Since you're knowledgeable on it, why is it you can't tell me with it?
Because I really don't have to. I know that there are things that exist that can be abused, and I'm more than sure within time they'll be fixed with updates. But until that happens, just about anything that's on the internet can be touched.
So why is it that you just can't say what those problems are then? Why is it that you're so hesitant on refusing to tell me when just today you said, I love the community, I really appreciate it, I'd do anything for it, and then here you are on the other hand saying, I wouldn't tell you guys the problems that are with it. That's pretty hypocritical.
It's pretty hypocritical when you don't know the full side of the story.
What's the full side of the story then?
I said, and I quote, "I could harm this community if I wanted to, but I have no intentions to do so."
Well, let me ask you this. If you said you can and you told me there's exploits, why don't you tell me what the exploits are then? If you know what they are. If you knew this already in the first place, why didn't you report those?
Because recently I haven't really been doing anything, so out of boredom I've been pen testing.
Okay, so you knew about these things before, you never reported it, and now you're telling me this after the fact.
I've known about them for 3 to 4 days now.
Okay, and how come you never said anything?
Because you're extremely busy. You've got other
Mom,
things you need
me,
to worry about.
me. There's EAs, there's CEAs, there's other people you could speak to. Do you have a chain
When
of
there's a
command?
secure, when yeah, I understand that, but when there is a security violation which threatens you, who am I supposed to go to?
What are you
Because
talking
if
about?
you ask me, if there's a security problem, the only two people in the community, as far as I'm concerned, that could fix that would be yourself and Core, both in which are very busy people.
So you can't send me a private message, which everyone's always done on the forums. You couldn't say, "Hey, I need to talk to you." That's your excuse. You could have talked to Tomas. You could have talked to Crisis. You could have went to my rating room. You have access to go in all the offices, by the way, including Corvs. You know that, right? With your DVL rank, which I've told
No,
you, and
I
you've done
had
it
no
before.
idea.
Well, you could have done that, and you've been in there before, by the way, and you have come up there. So I'm telling you this: if you insist that there were bugs on the server, and you're not going to tell me what they are now, I don't understand what you're doing. Are you trying to just withhold info? Because the thing is I don't believe you. That's the problem. And if you say that there are bugs and exploits on the servers, then how do I know you're actually telling the truth? Because if you never said they were before and now you say there are, and say I could do a lot worse to the server, then tell me how you would do it. Why is it you just can't answer the question? I
Me
thought you were straight.
personally,
I thought you were a straightforward
okay,
person.
listen to me. If that's the case, let me talk to this one guy because he apparently has a copy of everything that belongs to Ice Fuse, every last file that belongs to military and Clone Wars. I'm not sure about medieval,
Hmm.
but I do know that he's used some
Buddy
form of
joined your
exploit,
channel.
and he's got a copy of pretty much the game mode, the maps, and I'm not sure how he did it. So I'm waiting to hear back from him, and
That's
when I
it.
do, I'll let you know. Yeah,
What? Really? That's
absolutely.
it? I don't care if he has all of our stuff. Who cares? That shit's all in Citizen Hack. They have all of our server information and our maps. I don't care. That's not an exploit. Citizen Hack has everybody's server and their content files and their maps uploaded directly on there. They have all of our stuff too, and our server content files. That doesn't make anything. Just because you have our content doesn't make the server. When I said exploit, I was thinking you were talking about something that breaks the server. You didn't tell me it was just something that has all of our server content. I don't care even about that shit. You can take all the content from IceFuse networks, but you will never replicate its community. And that's a fucking fact. You can never replicate the community. So, never mind then. That's not an exploit at all. That's just somebody who has files. I've seen people do that so many times in the Gmod community. They've copied servers directly, script hooked everything, and try to put the server. It doesn't work. So if he has those files, good. I hope he keeps them, I hope he uses them, and I hope he puts up the map. Because we'll DMC him for using the map, and that's how things work. Now, welcome to the living fucking real world of legality. But overall, people make all those talks all the time. Talk is cheap without any answers. But threats like that, Dom, are not fucking appreciated. You've lost my trust. And in fact, I don't feel comfortable with you being here. I'm going to have a staff meeting right now and inform everybody about our conversation. I've also recorded both of our conversations, so I know exactly what we talked about. And I'm sorry, you cannot be here anymore on our servers. Because of the threats that you've made today and the things that you've done, you've got to go. Whoever your supporters are, I hope they minge and I hope they go with you. But I'm sorry, you cannot be here anymore, dude. Have a good day. Enjoy
All
your
right.
company.
Let me just ask you one thing then.
Sure.
Um, oh wait, hold on. I'm drawing a blank. It's kind of sort of late. Um, so you're going to pretty much remove me from the community when I did nothing wrong. And you're pretty much going off of hearsay.
Hearsay. I
I
have pictures
donated
of
a
you in the.
lot, and
Here's the thing. I have pictures. Here's the thing. You haven't shown me anything to prove it. You've disrupted the staff process. First of all, I don't give a fuck about your money. The money doesn't matter. I value community values over money, hands down. That's the first thing. Okay?